Hi folks, another important tool to have if you're living out in the country and if you're going to be burning wood is a log splitter. Splitting by hand is doable if you have easy wood to work with, but if you get bigger chunks like I've got here, it's very difficult to do it all by hand. So a couple of years ago I invested in this log splitter. Basically it uses hydraulic pressure to push down through the chunks of wood, and then you just keep splitting into smaller and smaller pieces until you get it the size you need for your wood stove or your fireplace. This is a 22 ton, it's a smaller one, but I've found even in 3-foot diameter logs it still works on them, even miserable knotted stuff. So I didn't need to get anything bigger, even though they do go up to 35 tons or even bigger. Self-contained, 6.5 horsepower motor on it. And yes, I did have to change the oil in this from last year. I just have it idling, but I'll show you a little bit, the operating RPMs. Now mine also tilts, as you can see. It's got a boom on here that I can tilt back, and then I'll kneel behind it and split it that way. If I had smaller logs, I'd probably just keep it on the horizontal edge here and just lift the logs up and split it that way. But with the heavy stuff, this way I'm not having to pick anything really up off the ground. I just roll it in place and can do it that way. You get just as much force from the ram either way. So, and this just, it tilts on a pivot point. It's got a pin to hold it in place when you have it the other way, so this works for me. Now, a few practical things about splitting wood. Obviously, you want to be safe. The ram, as you're going to see, doesn't go that fast, so it's not like you're going to suddenly get your hand chopped off, but you still want to stay clear of it. It's got a lot of, 22 tons of force. Now, I also wear my helmet that I wear for using my chainsaw too, because when I have it on full power, it's too loud, so it protects my ears. And also I do have this shield, so just in case I get splinters coming up or whatever, or if I'm doing it on a windy day, what have you, I don't have to worry about too much in my eyes. So, pair of work gloves and some common sense, and it's not difficult to use, and it's a very good tool. Let me just show you the action of it real briefly here. This is going to get loud when I turn up the RPMs, but you'll see exactly how it works. The handle here is what operates the ram. And as you can hear, it does rattle and vibrate quite a bit. There's no way around that. That's the other reason why you need the hearing protection. But as you can see, it's just a hydraulic piston that pushes down. It's got the V-shaped wedge on to split through the wood. And it's a very effective tool for making firewood the right size you need it to be. So this is another investment I made living out in the country. We go through probably 8 to 10 cords of wood a year. For those of you who don't know, a cord is approximately a box that's 4 feet by 4 feet by 8 feet in size, a solid chunk of firewood stacked like that. Or I usually tell people a full-size 8-foot pickup bed filled to the top with wood. That's about a cord. So figure 10 pickup loads a year or so we go through. That's an awful lot of firewood to be splitting by hand. Have done it in the past, but now I'm cheating a little bit by using this tool. So it's well worth your investment if you're going to heat with wood. And so far this is I think 2 years old, and it's done well for me. So it's something that if you're going to have wood, you might want to think about getting. And they do have sales on them, especially at the end of the wood season, like in the spring or what have you. You can find them cheap or even used. A lot of times people decide they don't want to do wood anymore, and they've got one of these in their garage, so you can pick them up that way too. So just wanted to give you a little bit of background on this wood splitter and show you a bit about how it works. Just regular gasoline, regular oil, regular hydraulic oil, not a difficult thing to maintain or operate, and it's something that can make your life a whole lot easier if you live in the country. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.